Few seconds, we'll be online on YouTube. Shalom. Good evening to everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, shalom to the Bantus.
Shalom, Rabbeinu. Shalom, Rabbeinu.
Shalom, Chief Rabbi. Shalom.
Shalom, Rabbeinu.
Shalom. Is the network okay? Can you hear me well? Is it breaking a bit?
It's breaking.
It's breaking? Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna fix it a bit.
But now I can hear you from my own call.
storm last night. JavaScript experienced
I believe it's better now. Can you hear me?
It's fair now. It's
Yes,
not.
Rabbi, we can hear.
Yes. Okay. So it's better. Can you hear me? There's no breaking. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, Rabbi.
Okay. Thank you very much. Just want to, before we start, welcome everybody. Thank you very much for your time, your precious time. Shalom, shalom to Chief Rabbi Kish. Shalom, shalom to Chief Rabbi Nathan Hanan. Shalom to Rabbi Bantus. Shalom to Rabbi Shuku. Shalom,
Shalom, Chief Rabbi Pinchas.
Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Nathan Hanan. Shalom, shalom to
Shalom, Rabbi.
Banit Adassa. Shalom, shalom to Rabbi Natalia. Shalom, shalom to Rabbanit Catherine, I was singing. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Yoshi Media. Shalom to all of you. Bezat Hashem, we will start the English study of the week. I will,
Shalom.
shalom, shalom, Rabbanim. I will say that maybe if we consider the time we have spent this last year and a half to promote, to build, and to make the construction of the Chief Rabbinate of Africa, with all the work behind, meaning having the possibility and the time, the obligation to build a whole Nusach, meaning we have been able to promote positively all the roots, the heritage, the culture of the Bantu Israelites, from the motherland Africa to the Americas, the West Indies, Europe, and so on. We have been able to take all the tradition and to show, to prove how holy, how deep they were. We basically made tremendous work by showing and proving that we are not lost, and that Africa has also all story and history to tell and to show with the Torah. And at the same time, we have to say that maybe tonight, it will be the most important limud that I will have to do or to say regarding what I've just introduced before. Why the most important limud? Because, you know, we still have people who believe that we are trying to create a frame of Torah in the African heritage, and that things are not so obvious, things are not so logical. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Moshe. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Shalom, shalom. And that things are not so obvious, and that, okay, we try to connect. Why the limud of tonight will be the most important? Because we're going to show that we know, we have informations, we know, we can prove that all the situation, all the things that happen around us, from the moment that we know that Black and Jew, Black and Israelites, Black and Hebrew, all this term, all this concept, which seems to be opposite in the culture, because when you are Jew, for them, you cannot be Black. When you say Israelite, you cannot put Black. when you talk about Hebrew, you cannot put black. So all these things today, we're going to prove that it's false. And even it's the opposite of the truth. All this point, thanks to the Ben Ishai. I'm going to build it slowly, slowly. And we're going to make a whole story, a whole frame, a whole theory. Shalom, shalom, Rabbanit mercy. Shalom, shalom. A whole frame, a whole situation, a whole explanation that will go beyond what we expose, what we show. But sometimes we need to make that type of study in order to put a pillar in the middle of the village. So, Bezrat Hashem, we're going to start slowly, slowly, but with a lot of strength with the Ben Ishai. So before I start, is there any question from the previous limud? Because maybe I don't have the habit to ask people that have questions from the previous limud. Before I start, is there any question based on the previous limud or on the introduction I just made? No question? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
No question now for now, Rabbeinu.
So let's go. We start straight with the Ben Ishai of the, not of the week, but of the parasha we are dealing with, meaning VaYiGash. For people who don't know, VaYiGash is one of the most important moments in the Torah, because the sage explained like that. They say, look, this moment when Yosef and Yehuda will talk was so intense, so important that the angels were silenced to see that the power of the moment. And basically, the sage explains something like that. If you want to see where Torah is beautiful, you have to take the Midrash and read all the story around that discussion between Yehuda and Yosef. The world, all the dimensions were silent. But in this parasha, in this portion of Torah, we have one pasuk saying, Vayomer aleim leIsrael b'meorot halayla. Vayomer Yaakov Yaakov. Vayomer hineni. So it's Bereshit 46, verse 2. Just to be sure with you, 46, verse 2. Just to be sure that we get it well. Here's the verse. It's saying, and God spoke unto Israel in the vision of the night, and said, Yaakov, Yaakov. And he said, here I am. In this pasuk, all the secret about the Bantu Israelite will be given. All the secret about what we call in the mystic, in the spiritual code, Kongo Katiopa will be explained. But just before I start, have you ever heard about this expression, Kongo Katiopa? Or is it something new that when you saw the title of the limud?
It's new to me, Rabbeinu. It's new to me.
It's new to us from Nigeria.
So I will take few minutes to explain it. So like we have said, we send the picture of the limud of the day. Let me just share it with you a second. So sorry for the people who write in the chat. Sometimes I don't see the message, so feel free to take the microphone and just to talk.
Shalom, shalom. Katiopa is about the constellation, or is to take as a whole?
Well, what do you mean by constellation?
Constellation, like how to call this? In the sky, etc. Like a constellation.
Yeah, no, I've understood what you have said, but I want to know what do you know? Okay, constellation, but about what, or in which direction, or to say what?
And the north, I think it's north.
Okay.
Something like this. I just remember an old shiur, literally. So.
So we're gonna build it. Just see what say Google, and from there you will understand where we go. Just to be sure, all the Americans, have you ever heard about that?
I have not.
Okay, Toda Rabba with mercy. Rabanita Dasa, have you ever heard about that? No.
I haven't heard that, Chief Rabbi. Well, I didn't really hear because there was things going on in the background here with the children. So I had to rewind.
No problem. So here's the thing. What is Kongo Katiopa? In Kongo, like it's written, in Kongo, meaning the Congo language from Southwest Congo, the African continent is called Katiopa. So when you see a map, or when you read a text talking about the continent of Africa, when they say that they were Ethiopian, it's not Ethiopia. Ethiopia is coming from this word Katiopian. That's why you can see in different maps from the 3rd or 12th or 14th century, you can see Ethiopia being written in the middle of Africa, nearby Congo. And you can see also sometimes seeing Ethiopia written on the western coast. So what secret name for all the, let's say, the African Mekubalim, the one who are connected to Yosef in that continent, let's say. When you talk about the continent, we don't call it Africa. Africa is the name given by the one who are external. We call it Katiopa. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. There are those of us in Congo who actually say the word Africa is it's a foreign word. It's a European word. That they gave us that name, that we're Africa. They would rather use Katiopa, but you know.
Thank you.
Wanted to add for the name.
Yes, Rabanita Dasa.
Yes. So I have heard of Cassiopeia. I have not seen it as Katiopa, but Cassiopeia, the star constellation. And I think the connection with Ethiopia comes from, in Greek mythology, Cassiopeia was deified into a goddess, but she was originally supposed to be the queen of Ethiopia. But the distinction, from my understanding, is in classical literature, when they used to spell it Aethiopia for Ethiopia with the A at the front, it was actually to refer not just for the country that we think of Ethiopia today, but for the continent of Africa. So it's interesting that this Greek goddess was said to be the queen of Ethiopia in Greek mythology, and this constellation is named.
They continents in the country, they have their own language. And you basically try to understand the way when they talk, you talk fast, and sometimes they say Ethiopia. But it's not only that. They say Katiopa according to the Congo wisdom. So basically, all the people who know that they are the result of slave trade, colonization. When you want to connect to your roots and you are meditating, you are praying, you are trying to get something, know that the term to use to get it is to say Katiopa, Katiopa. Even not Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, it's become already European. Katiopa. But in Congo wisdom, Katiopa is a projection of the constellation located in the northern hemisphere, widely known today as Cassiopeia. Okay, we're going to explain Bezrat Hashem. In Kikongo, Katiopa can be loosely translated to the land of the people made of fire. The land of the people made of fire. Exactly like we say in the Torah, Bnei Ham, the son of Ham, they say the sun burned them, but it's the code. People thought that's the code of the Pasuk or the code of the Midrash. They were burned by the sun, like it's written in Shir HaShirim. Don't look at me because I'm dark. It's the sun who burned me. It's a code. We are not black because the sun burned us. We are black because it's a question of genetic. Okay. So he said, this is the way we were naming ourselves. The land of people made of fire, which is literally different. You can be burned, but if you are burned, you are not from that extraction. That's why it's burning you. But if you are the element fire, what's happened? Nothing happened to you. Yes, Rabbi Talata.
This is reminding me that in Haitian Vodun, which we know it originates in Dahomey, Dahomean Vodun, but in the New World, in the diaspora, they have taken many cosmologies from other African countries, and there's a synergy and a syncretism. So they have the different rites that they call them the different rites, the Rara, and the Petwo. And the Petwo division are Congolese spirits, a group of Congolese spirits and rituals pertaining to that. And it's actually the Congolese deities or the deities of the Petwo lineage that were actually invoked for the Haitian Revolution. So Haiti received their freedom through these, what are literally called these fiery rites, the rites of fire from the Petwo division.
We know that the military leaders of IT were from Congo, and they use that knowledge. You're going to see it today, but I want to build it from the frame of Torah. Keep what you want to say. Give me half an hour just to bring everybody in the same place, because I know that you know more than everybody in that topics. But I want people to understand what is the meaning of Congo. People are mistaken. Many times in the Limud I was saying, don't forget, the original term of Bantus is Congo. But because we have been brainwashed, we think that when we say Congo, we talk about Congolese. No. Congo comes with another term, Kongo Katiopa. But this term has been much more developed. I'm sorry, Rabbi Eden. I've been, sorry I didn't call you today. The term was very short. Sorry. So the Kongo Katiopa, Kongo Katiopa is much more developed in terms of understanding Congo wisdom. So I will translate a very small wiki Congo here. Very small. What it said here about Katiopa. They say Katiopa is the great Congo. Exactly like you talk about the great Israel. Keep in mind. The nation Congo. What is that? It's whole Africa in general, and also including the diaspora, the worldwide diaspora among the nations. So what is the meaning of the term Kongo Katiopa? It's basically the freedom of all the black people, the freedom of all the black men, the rectification of the biggest problem of this history, because 800 century, we are still seeing some people being targeted in their freedom, in their civil rights, in their access to economic independence, all these things. People suffered, but sufferance is our name. So we know that many tribal chiefs, the authentic one, the Israelite one, from South Africa in Zulu nation, to Namibia, passing by Congo, to Igbo, they all talk about the same thing. The black man shall be free. Have you ever heard about this topic? Can you hear me? Am I alone?
We can hear you, Rabbeinu. We can hear you.
So have you ever heard about these topics?
No, Rabbeinu, I have not heard about it. Rabbeinu, I have not.
Okay. So see what's come next. They give another explanation about the Katiopa. They say Katiopa is the land.
Rabbi, your network went off. It went
One more
off.
time. One more time. One more time, Rabbi Media.
Rabbeinu, he said that his network went off, that he couldn't hear your last statement.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You're loud and clear, Rabbeinu. You're loud and clear, man.
So now what's happened? There's another concept behind the Katiopa. Why the continent is called Katiopa? He said that it means the land has been blessed by the sun. S-U-N. What is the Congo expression for that? We say Zita Janza. What is that sun? It's not the sun that you and me we see. One day I made a limud about the real sun of the system. He said, we talk about the central sun, which is Sirius. All these, don't worry, we're going to talk about that in the Torah. All these things is in our parasha. And he's given another translation. What should be understood by Katiopa is that talk about a timeline. We talk about a period where and when the black man will be in total harmony with himself, and also in total harmony with all the other human beings, and also in total harmony with all the cosmic forces and all the gods of nature, of course, with EIN SOF above all. So are we okay about Kongo Katiopa, the concept?
Ken.
Yes, yes.
So now let's go back. I remind you that all the limud is to understand how the concept of Kongo Katiopa will be a very strong link of connection between the Bantu Israelites and what we call HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So from now, you know where it comes from, the concept of saying, don't call us Bantus, call us Congo. Because Bantus is the translation of a man. But Bantu is in the language. But the Congo is because we talk about all the continent and all the black men. So how did they proceed to bring you and me to forget that we were one? They change our names. By calling someone Bantus, Bantus is a simple term that can be translated in different language. Bantu in Kikongo, a man in French, in English, un homme en France, in French. You have a word for all these things. But Congo is something else. Give me 1 second. I have kids playing around. 1 second, please. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Ari. Shalom, shalom. So let's see now all these things. I've given to you the conclusion. Now let's start from the beginning and see how we're going to achieve that same conclusion from the Torah. Yes, Rabbi Bantus.
Sorry, just to be sure. The Kongo Katiopa, including all black people, right? So without making any difference of Bantus or what you call Nilotic black?
It's like this. Bantus is actually a fake name. The real name of the Bantus is Congo. Nilotic, they are not. They are not Congo. That's why they are the first to participate, to exterminate and to kill us. So it's not only a question of color. It comes with other things that we're going to see now and will help us to distinguish and to bring that concept to be clear in our mind. We all think about this situation being, okay, let's be together. We look alike, we suffer the same way. How can we not be put together? It's because we didn't understand the concept. The concept is not to make money. The concept is not only to be free. The concept is to be the incarnation of what Rabbi Akiva said. There's something which coming from outside, not from this world. Exactly like Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Shimon Yochai, don't forget, you are not from this world. But we only take it on a literal way. We don't try to go deep and to understand it. So this text will help us to understand.
Hello.
So let's start. So he called Yaakov Yaakov. So when Yaakov Avinu was going down to Egypt, Hashem reveals himself to him. And he said, Yaakov, Yaakov. Yaakov said, here I am. So Ben Ishchai starts. יש לדעת מאחר שהזכיר בשם ישראל. למה? לא קראת בשם ישראל, אלא קראו בשם יעקב. You say, look, it's strange. The verse starts with the name Israel. Why once you have said the name Israel? Why do you go back to Yaakov and you call it and you say Yaakov 2 times, let's say? ולמה, גם למה כפל שמו? Why you double the name? Yaakov, Yaakov. Why you say it twice? Is it necessary? There's a code here. And he start. זה נראה לי בסייעתא דשמיא. דמפורש בכתוב שהיו דברים אלו אליו במאורות הלילה. So you say what we have to understand is that all the situation happens to Yaakov in the middle of the night. You say important, keep in mind, all these things happen to Yaakov in the middle of the night. And he say, וידוע שהלילה הוא בבחינת שם בן. He said, and you have to know that the night is in the level or in the dimension of the name we call Ban. You see, this is Ban. You see my screen?
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes, Chief Rabbi.
What is Ban? Is the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu fulfilled in a certain way. Yud Vav Dalet for Yud, He He for the first He, Vav Vav for the Vav, and He He for the last He. He said this is the code of the night. When we talk about night, it's these letters, this name, who he's handling. After he had this information, he said that. He said the night is the dimension of the name Ban. And he said, what is Ban? It's the dimension of Bathsheba. Oh, he said, wake up. When you see Bathsheba, know that we talk about night. When you see Malkat Sheva, what is Malkat Sheva? The Queen of Sheva. Know also that it's one concept connected to the night time. And he goes deeper. He says, when you take the name Yaakov 2 times, why 2 times? Because of here. Yaakov Yaakov. So Yaakov, it's 182. So 2 times 182, 364. You see, when you take 2 times the name Yaakov, it brings you to the numerical value of 364. What is 364? It's 7 times the name Ban. Shalom Rabbi Yoshua. Did you follow? Do you get it?
Rabbi, you are talking about numerical value. I didn't get that part very well, Rabbi.
Okay. I'll explain again. When we talk about the night, night is connected to the name Ban. Ban, Bet, and Noon, it's 52. Is it okay?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm following.
Now, when we talk about night, it means also Bathsheba. The Bathsheba you see in the Torah, the wife of the high priest Aaron, is in the code of the night. You can see a person, no problem. But know that the wise people, they know that Aaron was married to the night. You get it?
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes, yes, Rabbi.
So what do I have here? What do we have here? We have 52, and we have the daughter of 7. So I have 52 and 7. This is on one side. After he said, go back to the Pasuk. You see that Hashem will call Yaakov 2 times. Yaakov, 1 time, it's 182. So if I call Yaakov twice, so it's 182, 2 times. The total of 182 twice, it's 364. Is it okay?
It's very clear, Rabbi. It's clear.
So now, let's connect this part of 52 and 7 with the second part of sentence, meaning 2 times Yaakov.
You are not
7
coming out
times
clearly,
52.
Rabbeinu.
You get it? Okay, 1 second.
Rabbi, after the 52 and
The other,
7,
can you hear me? Or,
after the 52 and 7, we lost the other ones.
so 1 second. So it's my network. Just to be sure. The other, can you hear me, or is there a problem also on the network?
We can hear you now, Rabbi.
We can hear you now, but it was jumping earlier.
Okay, 1 second. It's better?
I can hear you.
Okay. So basically, 52 7 times is the same thing like 7 times. Someone is trying to do something with the screen. Like 7 times 52. It's here. 52 7 times. It's 7 times 52. What is 7 times 52? It's 2 times Yaakov. So 2 times Yaakov is basically creating the dimension of the night 7 times. Is it okay?
Rabenu, it's okay.
Harab, can you take it again? Can you take it again, please?
Okay, 1 second. Let me start again. 1 second. Okay, we start again. Rabbi Yoshua, if you're lost, just stop me, okay?
Okay, to the Harab.
You're welcome. So you see his name. His name is called Ban in Hebrew. Why Ban? Because it's equal 52. Why? 10 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5. Is it okay?
Yes, Harab.
Okay. So this name also, when you see this name, you have to know that we talk about night time. Okay?
Very clear.
Okay. Oui, Rabbi Eden. Yes, Rabbi Eden.
Yes, Shalom Rab. But
Shalom,
is
shalom.
the 52 related to the 26?
Yes, because the 26 is here, is in black.
Okay.
Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. But we had what we call in Hebrew the milui. The milui is to write the phonetics of the sound of the letters. So instead of writing only Yud, I write down the sound Yud. So Yud, Vav, Dalet. This is Yud. And
So when you get the number of 26, the value of the number is 26, but when you full it, each letter it comes to a 52 count. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But you have 4 levels. You have a level called Ban, which is like this. You have a level called Ma. What is Ma? It's like this here. Here you put an Aleph. Here you put an Aleph and another Vav. And you put another Aleph. This is the day. If this is night, this is night. When you put Aleph here in the middle, and Aleph here, it's become the day. This is Ma. We have also Sag. What is Sag? You put here like this. Here you put a Yud here. You put the Aleph in the middle here and the Yud here. This is Sag. And after you have Ab, the 72, that is Ab. You put a Yud here, a Yud in the middle here, and a Yud here. But we focus now on the last one connected to that place, Malchut, which is Ban. And he says this is night. Is it okay, Rabbi Yehoshua?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what is the other name of the night? It's Bat Sheva. Bat Sheva means daughter of the seven. Okay? Okay. After, in the Pasuk, we have 2 times Yaakov. 2 times Yaakov equal 364. So what is 364? 2 times Yaakov. It's also 52 night multiply by 7, the daughter of 7. We get the same result. Do you get it?
Rabbeinu, we get it. Rabbeinu is clear. It's very clear.
So now what's happened?
It's very clear. It's very clear.
What's happened now? When we call Yaakov 2 times, it's because we want to say, to show that Yaakov is in the whole dimensions of the night, telling you that Yaakov dimension of the night will be here, 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 and here. So this is the way you can represent Yaakov. This is Yaakov, it's 7 times 52. What is 7 times 52? It's 7 shades of the night. Because in every Sephirot, I have the other Sephirot. So meaning even here, I have the dimension of night in the bottom. Even here, I have the dimension of the night. So this night, that night, and 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 that night, bring me to say 52 multiplied by 7. And this bring me to Yaakov, Yaakov. So Ben Israel is telling you, you have to know that that visitation, that vision that Yaakov had was in the middle of the night. And the middle of the night is telling you that this can only be made in the secret of 2 times. Yaakov, Yaakov. When we talk about Yaakov, Yaakov, the 2 times connect us to the whole shades of the night when we hear Yaakov twice. This is the statement of the Ben Israel. Get it?
Yes. Yes, to the haram.
Okay. So we continue. ולכן, כיוון שאמר לו במאורות הלילה, so it's because it's written in the Pasuk that Hashem comes to Yaakov in the middle of the night, שהוא בחינת שם בן, which is in the dimension of the name בן, לכך, ויאמר יעקב יעקב. That's why he said, Yaakov, Yaakov, meaning, if Hashem was planning to talk to him in the middle of the day, he will have called him only 1 time, Yaakov. But if I call you 2 times, I'm basically calling out the night dimension of your soul. You get it?
Can she
Yes,
focus?
yes, Kabir.
Yes.
Yes, Kabir.
So this is the point. Very short to tell you that the secret of two time, the secret of two, the authentic secret of two, it's when I want to connect to the ninth dimension of your soul. What is the night? It's the something which was extracted from the darkness, Hoshekh. What was extracted from the light, let's say, was called the day. But what was extracted from the night, the Hoshekh, the dark, was called night. Till there, is it okay?
Yes. Can you take this last statement again? It seems like your voice was breaking when you were saying the last statement.
I go again, like this. What did I say? Sorry. I was looking for a source here. It's like this. What? It's in Bereshit. Let's go in Bereshit. Let's go in Bereshit. Rabbanim has said that this limud is too heavy for you. Not you, Rabbi Yoshua, I'm not judging. Because when we are slow to start, it means that the opposition is heavy. So we have to take some water and to go on war. Are you ready for that war? Because it's going to be huge. But I need you to be ready with me.
Rabbeinu, we are ready.
Okay. So let me explain again what I said. It's like this. You see, in Bereshit, it's written, and God said, let be the light. And it was light. And God saw the light that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day. So what is day? Is the light when it was divided from the darkness. So once the darkness was divided from the light also, let's say, he called the darkness night. You got it, Rabbi Yoshua?
Yes, Harav. Yes,
Okay.
Harav.
You see what I was saying? I was saying that the light gave the day and the darkness create the night. But now, when you want to see exactly, I will not open this topic, but it's known in the book of Rabbi Nekhounia ben HaKane, when he's talking about that dimension of darkness. It's Sefer Habahir, the book of splendor. He said the darkness, it's not like, it's not black in the way you may understand it. He said darkness is the name of the light taken from the higher light, which is 7 times the light of the sun that we have today. Now, I have to show it to you because you bring me to
Wow.
explain it.
Wow. Wow.
Show to you. 1 second.
So Rabbeinu, what you are saying that the darkness means that the darkness is at a very high frequency that we cannot perceive because we are far below the frequency of the darkness.
Basically, yes. The darkness is higher than the light. But it's called darkness, Hoshekh, because of the way it was extracted. So let me show to you. Chief Rabbi Ishai, can you help me out?
Yes.
Can you send me the very first page of
Yes.
Sefer Habahir?
Okay. Wait. I'll do that soon.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה. רבנית הדסה.
Yes, Chief Rabbi, this
Yes,
is
sorry,
sounding
Tadassa.
me in a little different language. So years ago, I read this book. It's called The Ankh, Electromagnetic, the Electromagnetic Theory of the Ankh. And it speaks about this idea of the black fire being black, what they call black body radiation. And it's the idea that us as melanated Black people, African people, whatever they may call us, have a unique temperature frequency, especially when we are unified. I think the emphasis on the unification is important, and it speaks about black body radiation being 300 degrees Kelvin. And so this speaks about the electromagnetics that they were able to use in Egypt to do all of these seemingly mystical things, but it was just technology. As they say, magic is just technology that most people have not mastered yet. And so it speaks of the melanin unique in us being able to create a unique type of heat or fire, which now with what you're saying is connecting, especially even with, again, the petrol rights, the Congolese, the fire rights, and the idea of the people of the fire, which they are literally called in Haitian Vodun, the Petuo. So this is really interesting, making these connections from these different places and having this confirmation. As always, thank you, Chief Rabbi.
You're welcome, Rabbanit. You know, it's where I want to bring you is so complicated, not complicated to explain, but it's gonna be a bomba that I need to take my time really to explain it slowly. And thank you for adding some details, because sometimes I'm talking like a rabbi and people need things to be rephrased in a very understood language. So, toda rabba. Thank you very much. Abanit, Simcha, Simcha. Chava, Adassa. Toda rabba, Chief Rabbi Ishai Moshe. So I want to show to you. So you keep in mind, when Israel said, why 2 times Yaakov? Because we wanted to connect Yaakov to the night. Why? Because the purpose of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is to say, Yaakov, your name is Yaakov, so I will call you 2 times, because the dimension of the night will be fulfilled by your name if I call you twice. If it was somebody else with another gematria value, numerical value in his name, maybe Hashem will have called him 4 times or 6 times or 10 times. The purpose is to know that the way I call you, the way Hashem called Yaakov, was to connect into the night dimension. That dimension of the night is connected to the 7 times the name Ban. So now look with me. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Zohar. So now look with me. It's like this. The book of splendor. Rabbi Nekhounia ben HaKane. It starts like this. Sorry. He said.
Rabbeinu.
Yeah.
Please, I have a question.
Yeah.
Let's assume that someone's name, because you said that it's the name Yaakov double connects to night, which is 364. Now let's assume that a particular person's name has a numerical value of 121. How can that name be connected to night if we are to call the name?
At that level, don't worry. Hashem will have a way to use your name. I give an example. If someone's name is already, in terms of numerical value, 360. So it's, how do you do? There's different way. For example, a name, letters, can be changed to different letters through the gematriot that we called to the permutation of letters. You have atbash, meaning aleph become taf, bet become shin, and so on. You have ek berer. The aleph become yud, the yud become kuf. The bet become chaf, and the chaf become resh. You have albam. The aleph become lamed, the bet become mem, and so on. We have tons of permutations. So maybe Hashem will have called this one, let's say even your name, it's 364. It's your name, 364. So what Hashem will do? Maybe we'll call you 2 times your name in Atbash, or maybe we'll call you 5 times your name in Albam. But here it's the case, Yaakov. You just need to do it twice. You get it, Rabbi Vito Israel?
Yes, Rabbeinu. Yes, Rabbeinu. I understand. It's clear. It's clear.
Yeah. So see, what say Rabbi Nekhounia? He said, Rabbi Nekhounia ben HaKane, katuv echad yivtzun, nat, ve'ata lo ra'u or. They didn't see the light, the tremendous light, the or ba'ir, the brilliant light. Ve'u b'shchaki, because he is in the darkness. You see? He said, the or ba'ir, tremendous light. The book of Rabbi Nekhounia is named Sefer Habahir. He said, this light is in the darkness. And he said, another say, bring another topic. V'katuv echad omer, yashat Hoshekh sitro. It said in Tefilin that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden himself in the middle of the darkness. Ve'omer anan v'arafel sevivav. And he said, around him you have clouds and comment on dit brouillard, Rabbi Yochanan? How do you say that? You have clouds. Fog. And after said, Kushya, what does it mean? We don't understand. Is there a light or is it hidden? What is the darkness? If Ba Katuv Shlishi, and come the third writings and said, and make peace between them, and said, Ve'gam Hoshekh lo yachshir, and the darkness will not make darker. Mimecha, from you. Ve'layla keyom yair, and the night will be lighty as the day. Kechashecha keora, and darkness will be like light. So came the explanation. He said like this. He said, what does it mean they don't see the tremendous light? Because it's in the darkness. He said, Pirush, explanation. Me'ata lo ra'u or ganus. What is the light they didn't see? What is the or ba'ir? What is the Sefer Habahir? It's the book talking to you about the or ganus. It's the or ganus, the hidden light. You get it now? This book, we study it. Hold the book with the student. We did the siyum on it. So believe me, the rabbis of the chief rabbinate of Africa, we don't joke. You can see it's not mine. You see Chief Rabbi Yishai's book, and I know he wrote more. You have plan, you have things. We study it all in depth. All in depth. We know all these corners by heart. So look what he said. He said, the or ba'ir, the hidden light, no, the or ba'ir, the lighty light, let's say, the brilliant light is actually named in other books organus, the hidden light. Where is it hidden? Bebina, it's hidden in the Sephira called Bina. It's hidden in the intelligence. She'u Orzar Ubaya, because intelligence at that level is a very pure and brilliant light. But look, what is the quality of that light? C'est Ubayir. Shiva Pa'amim Yoter, 7 times more. You see the code with what the Ben Ish Chai said? We talk about a light which is 7 times more lighty than the revealed light. So the organus, the hidden light, you see the light when the sun is brilliant? Okay, it's shining? Okay. You see that light? Multiply it 7 times more, and you will see what is the hidden light. And he said, And he said, this light, where is it? It is in the darkness. So now you understand that darkness is the code name of Binah. אמנם יאמר בעיר רמז שמתוך צלולות האור העביר ממנו בהירות וזהירות על פני כל השחקים. So, but you understand that in the middle of that place, you have that light called Janus.
Harav, I don't know. I don't know. My voice is...
Did you hear me, or is there any problem?
No, how are you?
No, it was clear. It was
Yeah, we hear you. Rabbi Pinchas.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I saw it written in Sefer Habahir. I believe also this is also the light the first man was born with, the organum.
Well, we will read it in a few seconds. Yes. So look now just to finish on this point. Yes, Rabbi Matitis?
Actually, it's funny because everybody teach that lights, a little bit of light can remove a lot of darkness. But actually, it makes no sense since the light comes from the darkness. And actually, in the Sefer Habahir, as we are reading, it said that the organus is in the middle of the Hoshekh. So it means literally, if the light was removing the darkness, it literally means that the organus will remove the binah, which means nothing.
Rabbi Matitus, you said it. What is taught is totally fake. I thought I said this limud is gonna be huge, but we took time to start. But there's no problem. We're gonna go till the end. But you get it. Look what is written here. He said, Yashit Hoshekh. So he said, when Hashem said, I hide myself inside of the darkness. Pirush explanation. Or A'u Aganuz, the Bina. That's light which is hidden inside of Bina. Meaning, it comes from a higher level, but there is portion of it being sent down to Bina. So it's called organus. He said that's light, called hidden light, organus in Bina. When we say it's Bina, we mean in the darkness. So he said darkness, Bina is the same thing. He said, look, Amit Pashet Mina or A'u Aganus. So he said, look, there is the authentic and original light called organus. That organus will be sent a bit to the Bina. And Bina will have a portion of that light inside of her. He said, look, once now that organus, which is 7 times more powerful than the light that we see of the day, once it's arrived inside of Bina, so what he said here, Amit Pashet Mina or A'u Aganuz, Bashrakim, in the darkness, let's say, in the belly of the cloud, let's say, Yikre Hoshekh. So see, what is Hoshekh? Is the name of that light coming from the organus and being settled in Bina. So if you, every day you hear about darkness, you think we talk about the bad, the devil, the Satan, I don't know what, you are out. Study more. Our rabbi, our master, Rabbi Nekhounia ben HaKane, say, look, what is darkness? Darkness is the name of that light. Actually, it's 1/7 of the light, of the hidden light, what was sent in Bina, and which will be only accessible to the tzaddikim. So you see, Yikre Hoshekh. תודה רבה, שיחו וישי. He underlined for you.
We studied.
Yikri Hoshekh. So the one who is hurt because they call you black, because they call you Negro, I don't know what. Be happy. Because your melanin, let's say, is the expression of a specific and high and very high light. That's why people want to buy it in the black market. They are ready to steal and to do crazy things to black children in order to get that melanin. Am I lying?
No.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Rabbi Akiva.
It said in the beginning that the world was without form and darkness was upon the waters, and the Rak Hakadosh moved upon the waters. So Hakadosh Baruch Hu, before he made light, he was in darkness. And if he was in darkness, do we now say that Hakadosh Baruch Hu was not seen? No. He is the light himself, and he dwelt in darkness. So just like what you are saying now, that the light was inside Bina, a little like, but Hashem himself was in darkness before he said, Yehi Or. So the Or he's making now is not all for himself, it's all for people who are lower than him, because where he was okay, he sees everything, he perceives everything, he was okay in darkness. So now that he wants to make fewer lower beings, he needs to make a different light that they will comprehend. That is why he said, Yehi Or, VaYiGash Or.
It means that the only place where Hashem hide himself and put himself in security is where? The darkness. The blackness. The black man Torah. The Kongo Katiopa. The land of the darkness, like it said in the Gemara. Alexander the Great, he said, I want to go in Africa, where the sage tell him, you cannot handle the mountain of darkness. Let me show to you. Yes, Rabbanit Adasa, after Rabbanit Chief Rabbi Shai. Yeah, Rabbanit Adasa.
Oh, of course, this is very exciting. There's so many connections being made. We know that the darkness is always associated with the feminine and what is hidden, and even Binah being a feminine aspect. And going back to what you spoke about speaking in the beginning with Malchat Sheba, the Queen of Sheba, and Bathsheba, and these queens, the idea of the Queen of the Night, even the connection with Malkut. We know Malkut is the holy feminine, the entirely feminine Sephira, and the realm of Malkut is feminine. And so the idea of the Queen of the Night, of course, is linked with Lilith. It's also linked with Pombajira from the Congolese tradition of Kimbanda. And Kimbanda is literally referred to as the mystery of the red and the black flame. And I know we talked on Hanukkah about the different levels of the flame and the different levels of the soul, the colors that you see in the flame, the black part of the flame, the red, the blue, and all these different aspects. And in Kimbanda, they have this Pombajira do Sol, which is the Pombajira, which is the sun that shines on the dead, or the sun that shines at night. And Kimbanda itself is called the Garden of Night. And so it's this idea of the Midnight Garden and these entities from this other side that are high level entities that we would typically, the common person would associate with the Sitra Akra. And so this idea of darkness really being the light, of course, reflects us as a people, the hidden aspect. This is why we have been so demonized as the so-called Black people. And even going back to the petrol rights, the idea of the red and the black flame is also associated with Ogun Farai, which is who was the deity that led Haiti into the revolution, Ogun Farai and Izilidanto. Those were the two main deities that they evoked for this revolution. Those of the petrol rights of the red and the black flame, of course, which is what Kimbanda is about. And even the Sirius star, some call that as the midnight sun as well. So all of these things are just making sense. And even the idea of Binah as intelligence being this hidden or concealed light, this darkness, for me, it makes sense why when we understand the history of the FBI and the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, when you understand the occult origins of these organizations, you understand why they literally obtain intelligence through clandestine means, through secrecy, and all of these different tactics that they use. And also, finally, this goes back to like the meditations during Hanukkah about the black flame and the alchemical concept of nigredo. In alchemy, nigredo is literally called the blackening. And for those of us in America, we may remember last year sometime there was a movie that came out called The Blackening. But anyway, the blackening is a process in which something is burned so completely that it extracts the purest essence. So the purest essence is what comes out of the blackness. And so again, it reinforces and reaffirms this idea that in the darkness, in the blackness is actually that which is the most pure. So I'm just really delighted by all these connections of this conversation. Thank you, Chief Rabbi.
Thank you to you for all these connections. And we have the Chief Rabbi Zohar from Haiti. I know that he's jumping. He should be happy now because he's learning a lot about the deities who fight. So kol hakavod, kol hakavod. Yes, Chief Rabbi Ishai.
Just to go back to when the question was asked according to the interest that some people is connected to the FBI, etc., that want this melanin. I was with in Madagascar, and it's really sad. It brings me some, let's say, bitterness when I saw someone who have been paid to do that thing. And I was talking about wow, it's really because they go in the really far village, they do an ambush and they do things based Hashem. But I was just listening, but inside me I was like, it hurts.
Because I told you this limud gonna be well. I even didn't start to teach. I'm just bringing Ben Ishai. You will see where we're gonna go in a few minutes because I will make it shorter because we are moving around. I will go straight to the point in 5 minutes. Yes, Rabbi Yoshua.
Yeah, thank you, Harav. Now, I've come to understand why we are being demonized as the blacks. Because now, the night, Hoshekh, is a type of light, far more deeper than the visible type of light that...
A type of light. The light.
Yes. Yes. The deeper light, a deeper type of light that is that is not revealed. That is not revealed, but it's light on its own. And that is where Hashem is. And that is where the mysteries are. Because there are a lot of things that when they want to do, it is kept for the night. Now, let me ask this quick question. There was something I was reading in one Zohar like that. Then I came across that the night, the early morning, because the early morning, they have the early morning darkness again. Now that early morning darkness, that the Shema is not said at that time, because as at that time, the Abba and the Emma are in union. The Abba and the Emma are in union, and they did not to be disturbed at that particular time. So now I want to ask this question. Now, then, now the night we have phases. That Hoshekh will now have different phases. That's my...
Yeah. That Hoshekh, only 1/7 was given for the tzaddikim. So the light you will find after Olam Haba and what we call Atid Lavo, it's 7 times more. So it means 7 times more Hoshekh. But is Hoshekh the light? So basically that light we call, there is 2 dimensions. There's the Hoshekh where Hashem is surrounding himself. And he sent that light called, or that Hoshekh around him.
Hello?
Harab, I think we are not hearing you. I think your network is freezing.
But I think that we can collectively put our mind and prayers to establish the proper connection. That's part of the process.
You know, when I was studying, when it's that's in the proper time, when I was studying the proper time to pray, and I noticed that a different, like, you know, prayer is like a conduit. It's like connection that not have a wire.
Can you hear me?
And I noticed that there are times like,
Can you hear me?
like
Yes,
there
we
are
can hear you now.
yes.
Okay, it's like this. To go back on the point, because you ask it, I have to show to you. Not only we have different level of Hoshekh, but you have also a feminine darkness and the masculine darkness. The masculine darkness is called Hoshekh. You see it here, Hoshekh. You see it? Do you see? Do you see?
Can you zoom it more so that we can see? Can you zoom?
This is Hoshekh. You get it?
Okay, yes.
This is
Yes.
masculine. So the feminine dimension of Hoshekh.
Yes, Rabbeinu. You can see it.
So the feminine dimension of Hoshekh is called Hoshekhet. You see? You get it?
Yes, Rabbeinu.
Very well.
Yes,
very well.
Rabbeinu. We can see it.
So what does it mean? Because I gave to you the explanation that, first of all, Hashem is surrounding himself with darkness. And at the same time, he sent some portion of that light in Bina. So both of them, when I explained to you the first time, I said, he is surrounded by Hoshekh, and in sending the light and the light arriving in Bina, it's also Hoshekh. The truth is not. The light where it's surrounded, it's called Hoshekh. But the light which arrived inside of Bina, it's Hoshekh, but it's the feminine version of that darkness, and we call it Hoshekhet. That's why we can already distinguish even 14 levels, because in the Hoshekhet we have 7 levels, at least even 10. In the Hoshekh also we have 7 levels. There's a lot of shades. And all of this, it's light. Is it okay?
Yes.
So I'm missing Kabbalah Limud. We are doing Pshat. That's why we do every week Ben Ishchai, because it's bringing Pshat with a bit of Sod. But Bezrat Hashem, soon we will find a way to study Kabbalah. Sorry, seriously. So let's go back. He said like this. He said in the Gemara, Masechet Tamid, 32, Amud Aleph, first page. He said like this. When Alexander was preparing to part from the elders of Negev, he said to them, I want to go to the country of Africa. what do you recommend? They said to him, you will be unable to go there, as the mountain of darkness blocks the passes. You get it? You get it or
Yes.
not? Oh, you don't get it.
Rabbi, if
So
I think we get the key elements, but as there were some interruption and questions and I see that the way you provide it is like you give us the mystery pieces by pieces for us to apply our mind on it, and at the end you give us the key, but we have to get the core elements. And so if you can sum up the core elements that you brought up to that point for to allow us to really get deep into it.
Toda Rabba. So let me help you out. He say to Alexander the Great, you want to go in Africa? You want to wage war against them? You want to be the king of the world? You will not succeed. Why? Because the mountain of darkness blocks the path. What is the mountains? Kadosh say that every time you see mountains, know that we're talking about the 7 kings. So how many kings? 7. How many mountains of darkness? 7. So help me out. They are blocking the passes. The passes to what? What is or who is surrounded by the darkness?
it's a Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Toda Rabba.
So it's in Africa or Katiopa.
Toda Rabba. You see why we talk about Kongo Katiopa? It's not to say, we are Congolese. No, leave it. Study. Understand the codes. You are not Bantus. You are Congo. And why you are Congo? Because Kongo Katiopa. You are here to set free all that continent. That's why they came on that continent. They did everything. They made new borders. They took all the country and they colonized everything. They took the people of that place. They sent part of them in the other side of the world. Put them in slavery, changing their identity, bringing them even to forget about their origin. You are not black. You are not Bantu. You are not Negro. You are Congo. Not Congolese. You are Congo. I will explain in 2 seconds. You will see. Congo for what? For Katiopa. To gather all the kids, the sons and the daughters that have been sent away to set free the continent and the black man, the black woman. If you think that I'm lying, that Hashem is hidden himself there, let's see. Yes, Rabbi Emeritus.
I was about to say, now you have to give the secret about the donkeys and the strength after.
I gave it already once in the limud. I will send it to you. So it's a go. Yes, Rabbi Edek.
Yes, I have to say in Kathiopia, I have to hear Ethiopia myself, because as Congo is referring to a particular piece of Africa, but is actually referring to the whole of Africa, some people would consider Ethiopia the same way, to refer as a specific country, but as a name for the whole continent as well. So when I hear Kathiopia, I have to hear Ethiopia in it.
Yes, this is what we said at the beginning.
I don't know if I'm the only person that's not hearing.
We were telling them Katiopa, they heard Ethiopia, and they said that this is meaning the land of the black men in Greek, I think. But we know that the name, the spiritual name and the physical name is Kongo Katiopa, because we come from another place. That place is not from here. So many Jews, they say, you are not from here. And if you ask to a single Jew, so if you're not from where are you? The truth between you and me, they don't know what to answer to you. They don't know. Just bring this pasuk, this verse, telling of the sages, telling you, even to Rabbi Akiva, who show to the student who were complaining about not having enough incomes. He said, I will show to you what is your treasure there. They saw all these things. He said, but if you want it, not get it now, not after. They said, no, we better stay here in that condition. So he said, never forget, you are not from here. So question every single Jew around you. Oh, it's written that we are not from here. This is not our word. So where are we from? I'm telling you, they don't know. They will say, we are for Olam Haba. So what is Olam Haba? Where is it? Olam Shekivarba. Okay, thank you. We know the Hasidut. Stop playing with words. Fact. Where is it? Where are we from? From which word? Why did you come here? What did you come here for? Which reason? They don't know. I'm telling you, they don't know. Rabbis, they don't know. So look now. I will, the Ben Ish Chai, let's keep that small part. It will be enough for me to go deeper. So we have seen the secret is two. We agree? Two. We agree. Right?
Yes. When we want, is it when we want to be connected to the Yaakov aspect of our mission?
Yes.
Okay.
The light dimension of Yaakov, yes, two. Now look. Let's see it together. Find it. We are in Masechet Sanhedrin, 4b. Rabbi Akiva says, there is no need for this proof as the requirement of 4 compartments can be derived from the word Totafot. You know, when you see the Krachma, you say, VaYiGash Totafot benenecha. There will be the Totafot benenecha. What is the Totafot? Totafot. Rabbi Akiva, he said, the word tat in the language of Katpi, Katpi, not Katpi, it's written Katpi, means two. And the word pat in the language of Afriki also means two. And therefore, Totafot, meaning tat and pat, used to create the Hebrew word Totafot, can be understood as a compound word meaning 4. Do you understand something here? Do you understand something here?
So, in order to build the Keter of the Jew, the Israelites, which is we're talking about the Tefilin, we have to take the roots of the Hebrew from the Katiopian people, which is Katpi, and the Afriki.
Toda. Rabbanim, Rabbaniot, Rabbi Akiva, the master of oral Torah. He said, look, why did the Torah, or how come the sages of Israel understood that the tefillin of the head, the phylacteries of the head, should be divided in 4 portions? He said, simple, Because we have been taught that two languages have been used for understanding, like say Rabbi Akiva Moshe, have been used to understand how to build the earlier material that the Jews possess, meaning phylacteries, Tefilin. I don't understand. What, you don't use Hebrew? Why don't you use Aramaic? To create Tefilin, you need to go to take a language of Katpi, Katiopa. I will go after them. Katpi, this is a language called Katpi. This means two. What? Tat. When they say tat, it's two. What is the connection with the tefillin? Bichlal, like we say in Hebrew. What is the connection? And you had something else. Look now in another language, Afriki, to say two, we say pat. So because of tat and pat, we understand that the Totafot oblige us to make 4 portions inside of the tefillin. So this is an African language and the Katiopian language that was taught to you to understand how to build a tefillin. Habanim, you understand what's happened here? We are not talking about the tefillin. We are not talking about the titiot. We are not talking about the mezuzot. If you have to make order of holiness among the materials we used, nothing is holier than the tefillin. Nothing.
And it's black.
And it's Todaraba. And they say it has to be black. Abanim. This was, it's written like this. When you ask to the sages, how did we receive the laws about how to do the tefillin? They say, Halacha Moshe Misinai. This is something that Moshe received when he went up to the Mount Sinai. Okay. So in Mount Sinai, tell me, what was the language taught to Moshe? What was the language that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was given to him? Because Moshe had to understand what is the way to build the tefillin. So he was talking to him in Katpi and in Afriki. Do you understand what I'm saying, Abanim, or not? Or are you under shock?
Your teaching is loud and clear. We have the ears to hear and learn and recognize how Hashem had a bigger plan from the beginning. And there is a reason why they know, they want to make sure we don't know, so we don't apply what was given to us from the beginning.
יש רבנית הדסה.
Wow. Wow. This is amazing. So years ago, I wrote a book, Black Mother, Black Matter, which was a collection of poetry and short stories that was basically about the hidden aspects of the feminine and the African traditions, you might say, and the feminine energies and entities within the different African traditions and these mysteries. And years ago, the reason I called this book Black Mother, Black Matter was we know that in Latin, mater is not only speaking of motherhood, maternity, obviously, but it is also to learn, or to be taught, which is why when we speak of education, we speak of matriculation. But also we're talking about matter, the matter of which the physical elements are comprised. And so thinking of this, when you bring up the Tefilin, we know that the box of the Tefilin that's put on the head is called, sometimes it's called the Rosh, the head, and sometimes it's referred to as the womb. And so if we think of the, sometimes it's also called the house, the Beit. And then you spoke earlier about Bathsheba, the daughter of 7, but also we hear etymologically this link to Beit, the house. We could even speak about the house of Sheba. You spoke about the queen of Sheba. So again, back to this idea of the queen mother, the queen of the night, the Lilith, the Pambajira, the dark aspect of intelligence, the hidden wisdom and the hidden light of Binah. And here we have this literal black box that hides or conceals the light of this wisdom that is put on the head, but that represents the womb. And what's interesting is, in all cultures throughout history, we know that kings are usually crowned by women. So there's usually a secret council of women, or what some may call witches, that crown the kings. So this is sometimes done in secret, sometimes it's more overt and obvious, but this is what happens in many different cultures of many different nations around the world. And particularly in the Yoruba culture, the kings are crowned by Iyami Aje, which are the 9 mothers, which correspond with the 9 Norns in Germanic religion, Norse mythology, the 9 muses of Greek mythology, all of that. But these 9 mothers are the first ones to crown the king. So a king is not crowned unless it's by the mothers. And even in our tradition, we know the rabbis are called kings, but you can't even be a rabbi or a king for that matter unless you're married first. So there's this necessity of this hidden power of women. And the woman, the first teacher, back to mater, and matriculation, the woman as the first teacher of a child is also the first crown of a child. When a woman gives birth, we literally call it the ring of fire, the crowning of the baby when the baby's head is emerging. So it's interesting that the Rosh, the box of the Tefillin, on the place of the head that emerges from the womb, the first teacher, the mother, is literally, the box itself is referred to as the womb. And here we are with, this beautiful full circle awareness of the hidden feminine wisdom of the Tefillin.
חזק וברוך, חזק, חזק, חזק. יש רבי עדן.
Okay, yes. I want to apologize, Rabbi, and to the community, because I wasn't fully aligned on the teaching since the beginning, so I had to align my spirit. And I want to thank the brother that are teaching with me, because wisdom and virtue and truth is the ultimate authority, and you always have to humble to that. So I appreciate the sharing, my brother. I want to bring on the table, exploring with our sister that just shared what she shared. It's like, okay, if Adam is the first man, and as a black man, as the whole spirit of man, okay, as one man, and when we understand that the eye, your eyes, your vision is not receiving the light from outside, is actually projecting the light. So the whole world is the creation, okay, from the regard, from the eye of that first man, okay. So when you feel the African mind with stupidity, with low morality, you actually build a whole world that is so. And this is why it's important for the system to maintain the African conscious on a low level, because actually what the sister shared, I think, is the ultimate truth, which is what you put on the mind of a black woman will come to reality, because she is actually the gate to materialization. So I think this is what I wanted to bring to the table for you to select what is good to select in it. And that level of understanding that maybe the matter is the projection of the vision of the first man. And who is embodying this first man is the collective consciousness of the black man and black woman. And who is materializing the world we live in is the African woman herself. Yes.
תודה רבה, תודה רבה.
Rabbi Pinhas?
Yeah.
The teaching today, and the other ones, I'm sorry if I act like I'm controversial, but I have to be. That's your fault to teach so well, make us think. There are three ideologies that, contrary to the teachings of the Torah and the teachings that we are being enlightened today, but they were imposed and influenced the way people read, interpret, comment in the Torah. One is divide and conquer. The other one is the macho concept, which is a post-colonial idea. And the other idea is the feminism. These three ideas are the three ideas of where the Western world has influence using the interpretation in such a way where goes against the exactly direction that you are teaching us today. And unfortunately, it is so ingrained in so many they are not able to see, because we as African descendants, I'm from the diaspora, born in Brazil. I'm still an African man. I always see myself. My father taught me to see myself as an African man since birth. So not as a Brazilian per se. We're born in Brazil, but we are Africans. So the concept of macho is a Western concept that where the philosophers implemented that idea where only the man was able to be to have the education. And you say Plato, all them, they're the ones who implement that concept, and where the women wouldn't have access to education, where the first educator in the house is actually the woman, the mother, the one who teaches. So, and the idea of divide and conquer, where the idea is like where it creates division, where you become somebody codependent of the system and never be able to become the rabbi of the house or the king of your nation, which is totally contrary again to what you were saying today. So I want to say thank you, because those three forces are being great influencers in ideology of the Western society, which they have continually and right now is being reintroduced to the world.
תודה רבה, תודה רבה. You're welcome, and תודה רבה for this enlightenment. And Bezat Hashem. Yes, Rabbanit Adasa.
My apologies. One more thing, I just was inspired by the statement that was just said about the idea of Western education and learning and the kind of false removal of the woman and the mother from the idea of education, when, again, even the very word linking mother with matriculation, with education, understands that link and confirmation of woman and mother as the first teacher. But I think there's this interesting duality as well with the word Hoshekh in and of itself, not only meaning darkness and hidden, and even in English, the word for occult simply means what's hidden, but it's been demonized purposely to make people afraid and think that the cult refers to all this dark magic. And even the idea of dark magic, the word itself now has been so tainted to mean something other than what it really is. But we're talking about what is hidden, what is concealed, and ultimately what is feminine, just as the womb conceals within. But Hoshekh, one of the meanings for Hoshekh is also ignorance. But I think it's interesting because two things are always true at the same time. So not only ignorance as in someone being ignorant of something that is hidden from them, but when we think of ignorance, we shouldn't necessarily read it as one being ignorant. but being the one of whom others are ignorant. So when we think of ourselves as these Black hidden people, demonized and obscured, it's the idea that others are ignorant of us. We are not the ignorant ones. We are not the uneducated ones, the way they try to stereotype Black people as stupid and uneducated. We are the ones of whom they are ignorant. They are not aware of us because we are hidden. And we are these hidden people that are here to set the captives free, even though they would like us to believe we are captive. And that goes into even our status in the diaspora as the Tinuk Shanishba. And so this is also why the purity of our traditions, again, nigredo, the idea of the purity being extracted from that which has been blackened and burnt. So this idea of the purity of our traditions being forgotten and shrouded in ignorance, even the idea of shrouded is linked to the idea of the veil of the queen, going back to this queen of the night we talked about, this queen on this side of this queen in the nighttime, and the bride. And so just like a bride and the Kadeshah are both veiled. And so also, I think what's so poignant to remember, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best. He says they couched it in language. They told us a lie. They made everything Black, ugly, and evil. And so they demonized us as well as our traditions, as well as our angels. Again, the idea that a lot of the energies that people associate with the Sitra Akra, what are they really? Are they really evil? Or is it this hidden aspect that is really the Or Haganuz, the highest light that can't be perceived? And because it can't be perceived by most minds, it looks like darkness. It looks like something that it's not. So this idea of, even as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. says, they couched it in language. This is another allusion to that veiling, the veiling of our identity, the obscurity and the ignorance. But again, it's not our ignorance, it's their ignorance of us and the truth of who we are, and the truth of that light being the highest light that they can't even perceive. And thus they think of it as darkness.
Zako Baro. Yes, Rabbi Titus.
Just a question. Actually, I just noticed that in Torah, everything black is surrounded by white stuff, right? Like the letters on the Sefer Torah, we are supposed to wear talit, a white talit. Majority white, depends on what people does actually. But actually, I was thinking like the or makif is supposed to be like Hoshekh, right? Or it's supposed to be or like or as the definition of today.
Depending in which level. If you talk about the higher one, the inner and the external light, they are dark.
Okay, so it literally means that the dark part of the center of everything is supposed to be dark, as to represent the neshama that Hashem give us, more or less. And actually, what we call darkness nowadays will be all the white surrounding this dark stuff, literally.
Yeah, in our level, our lower level, and in where we are, yes. So, but remember the question of Korach. What Korach was asking to Moshe, is it important to put a petit techelet when all the titiot are techelet? You know that's Torah, right? I know you know it.
It's a midrash.
Yeah, it's a midrash. It's a Torah. It's a
No,
Torah.
no, just yeah.
So what is that question? What makes sense is that in the Sefer Habahir, Rabbi Nekhounia ben HaKane say, look, the real color of the techelet is not blue. It's like the night. That's why we, the South African, we have black. So the question of Korah said, do you need a black string when everything is black? So meaning Korah knew that there's a level where even the inner and the external light are both of them dark. That's what he was asking. So meaning, at our level, only one string among 7. Because when you do your tiyot, Baruch Hashem, we have it. This I will dip them in the black. Let me show to you the way we do our titit in South Africa. This is the ink used for the Sefer Torah, right? Kosher. Lamiyadrin. This is used to write the holy of holies of the Torah of the Bnei Israel, Sefer Torah. So the question is, what do you need to go in the deep of the sea to take fish, I don't know, something like that, to put blue things on your string? When you know the secret of the chilazon, you will understand that it's not something in the place that will be impure, because impure for you, you cannot eat the chilazon, it's forbidden, right? So how can I use something forbidden for a mitzvah? The base of the mitzvah is everything I use has to be able to be kosher for me even when I eat. That's why
we say akol minata metame. So
yes.
It's literally impossible.
So they misunderstood the secret of the chilazon. When you go here in the Sefer, he explained to you what is the code with the gematriot and so on of chilazon. So what we do in South Africa, we take the ink used for the Sefer Torah, the holier thing in our traditions. We take one string and we dip it inside 3 days. Chief Rabbi Shai know exactly how to do it because his black, it was stronger than mine, if I remember when in Jerusalem. After you get that black string from a kosher thing, you see, you have the Teudat Kashrut, the Meadrin. And you start to tie. And like this, you do the Sefer Habahir. The Petil Techelet is actually the color of the night, like it said. So this to say that Korach was very high. He had reasons to say, do you need to put a mezuzah in a house full of Sefer Torah? Do you need to put one blue string, that's one black string, when you have only black strings? Meaning, do you need to put 1/7 of one light when all the lights are here? So Moshe, what do you want to be? The head. Because you being the head, you are making here a division. We are one. So if you are one, let's do like it's upstairs. But he was saying all this truth from a corner of taking the position. But if his intention were pure, Hashem will have said, Korah, you're right. You want to leave the Torah Aleph now? No problem. Where did he get it from? He get it from the Torah Aleph, all these informations. But he missed it. But the kids will come back to do Teshuvah. Exactly like Yeroboam, son of Yosef. He said to Shlomo, what you are doing is wrong. The way you apply taxes, you are killing the people of God. What Hashem will say, Yeroboam, you're right. Based on that, I will give to you 10 tribes. From there was created the concept of the tens, the concept of kingdom of Yosef. Meaning we came from a righteous thing. Yeroboam saying to Shlomo, it's unfair what you are doing. So based on that, you understand that we have been miseducated by the concept of darkness. Hoshekh is the name of a light. It's not even the missing of light. It's not even the color of the light. No, Hoshekh is the name of a light. Like my name is Pinchas. So now see, I will finish straight because the time is running and we have to finish in 10 minutes. So I'll go straight to the different conclusion to give something solid to you. So look, to show to you something. If this chidush, you know how it came to me, because I have my little brother, because we always question what is the meaning of the word Congo. We know Katiopa. So Congo, we still have to define what it is. If I say, no, don't say Bantu, say Congo. My little brother lives now in Norway. So he came to visit and he forget some coins. My table here. I took one coin. So what do you see? Something very interesting. You see that the word king.
Is it on my side only that we got some interruption?
Is it okay now?
No, now it's okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's okay. There was a bit of interruption. Now it's okay.
We didn't get the beginning, because I think this is a high secret, so
yeah, he said,
we didn't get the beginning.
Said your brother came, I didn't hear what he said. He just said he took one of the 10. I didn't hear again till he said king.
It's like this. Toda Rabbi Akiva. On the coin of Norway was written something. When you want to know how to translate king in the Norway language, it's KONGE. When I saw that, I said, what? KONGE? What's the difference between KONGE and Congo? It's the question of pronunciation. So actually, Congo, if I go back to my classics, I will say you have the KONGE in Norway, even with a K. But Congo, it's the Vav. I go fast, sorry. It's the Vav. Who is the Vav? For the one who know Kabbalah, who is the Vav?
Zayiran Pin or Kadosh Baruch?
Yaakov.
Yaakov.
תודה רבה. So, the term Congo is connecting to the dimension of kings. Remember what was saying the sages of Negev. You will not pass. The territory of Africa is surrounded by the mountains of darkness. Ariakatosh, in his book called Sefer Likutim, he said that the mountains are the 7 kings. So when you talk about Congo, we are not talking about Congolese. We're talking about the king dimension, which is connected to your soul, because you come from that place. Let me say it. That place where we have the central sun, called Sirius. So why that area of Africa? Because the land, the countries inside of that continent, they are connected. They are the central earth connected to that central sun. Congo, it's here to remind you the 7 kings being sweetened. Why? Because the Vav, Yaakov, is here. Just because of what? We have to go and to search every single terminology in the other languages. You have to know that in Norway, my brother told me, Vikings, the Vikings, they came in Africa. They came in Africa. They conquered all the north. That's why you see some people from the north, what we call now Maghrebian. You see, you have spots. How can you have spots? You are from Africa. You are not a ginger. You're a ginger. How come? Because that area was so conquered by the Ottomans, by the French, by the Spain, by the Syrian, everybody came, even the Vikings. So the Norway language comes from all this experience. First of all, them being from German extraction, but also from saying that they called their king KONGE. So for them, KONGE, it's clearly meaning king. If you ask what the name of the king is, KONGE. We have all the letters of Congo. Galvahomer. If in that region, KONGE means king, in that place, Congo has to be rooted in that dimension also. Because we have Torah telling us that something in Hebrew, like Totafot, is inspired by two words coming from Katpi and Afriki. This is the proof that the souls, if you remember well, I said something last week, I don't know in which limud, said that the broken vessels, it happens everywhere, from Atsilut to Asia. But the broken vessels, who are the 7 kings of Atsilut, say Ayakadosh in Sha'ar HaMitzvot, Akadosh Baruch Hu himself fixed it. They were fixed. But the lower level, from Bria to Asia, the Bnei Israel have to sweeten them by doing tefillot and mitzvot. And it's till now, the tikkun is working. From where come our superiority in spirituality? From the fact that the kings who were fixed from Atsilut, they were incarnate where? Where? Tell me.
Africa.
Katiopa. That's why I'm telling you, with all the respect for the masters who trained me and learned me, taught me everything I know, and after I had by myself with what we gathered from the books. But it's something to intellectualize concept. It's something to be able to explain deeply some concept, to go, okay. It's another thing to be silent and to do. We know that in terms of mystic, you cannot joke with us. Some people, they call me, look, I'm not bullying, I'm giving examples to make you understand. Yeah, we have these things with Breslev, we have these things with the Baal Shem Tov. We did that. What did you do? Yeah, we went in the fight and we screamed. So? I have uncles. Took his 2 hands, doing that. That's a bird came. Eagle come, taking him flying. I saw. People say, it's a witchcraft. Okay, let's say even it's witchcraft. Do it. How do I know that I'm allowed to ask you to do it? This was the battle between Moshe and Pharaoh. Moshe came, took his stuff, said, look, snake. Pharaoh said, are you serious? Guys, come, do the same. This is the way you fight back. You show that you can do more. All you can do in a different way. Why Moshe was strong? Because when he did the same thing like the magician of Pharaoh was doing, the snake of Moshe ate the other snake. This is the way you battle. You don't battle by making intellectual things. See, yeah, we pray. Kadosh Baruch. Yes, but what are you doing? What that knowledge? How do you save your life? You cannot joke. Stop saying that Africans are dumb. Stop saying that Africans are idolater. Okay, if you say that, do like Moshe. Go there and show that when you do the same thing from the corner of holiness, it will be eaten what they try to do. You all have families. I know it. The guys in jail, boom, boom, disappear. Or the guy is trapped, thunder, boom, he went. That's why when we convert, the truth is, with all the respect from our rabbis, we know that we went down. For me, it was a problem because I have to know how to face all my uncles in Africa in the village that will tell me, look, this guy, you think you are the leader of the world. Okay, do that. Do it with your codes. Do it with your things. Show me. And I say, at the beginning, you say, no, I'm holy. Okay, you're holy. But took the Torah and say, look, Moshe was able to do. You are a son of Moshe or not? Torah of Moshe, so do. Do, my son. Do some. What do? You say, Bezrat Hashem. Yeah, of course, Bezrat Hashem. Because you don't know what to do. Okay, you pray for 40 minutes on Kavanot. What are you doing? Show to me what you are doing. One of my friends, very good friend, but I say it's between us, just to let you know. Very good friend. We are very good friend. He said, look, because he is very close to presidents in Africa. He said, one day one president called me. He said, look, I can't find this object in my house. And that object was pretty important. I will not say the name of the country and not the name of the president. So they were talking through Zoom, like we do. He said, okay. So wait 1 second, no problem. He did his things, tradition. He said, go and see behind the couch. He said, I've went there. He said, no, I'm telling you now to go and to see, to look at behind the couch. He went to find the object. He said, what? He said, no problem. He said, I want to thank you. Thank you for what you have done to me. Here is, I have some money here I want to give you for tzedakah. He said, don't worry, I need that money to help people. He said, how can I send it to you? He said, don't worry. Just open the suitcase with all the money, leave it there. I will ask you to exit the room few seconds. You know what he did? He passed, took the money, came back. He said, you can enter. He entered, the money was disappeared, it was on his side. You see what people can do? And you will come to tell them pilpulim. You can do. But don't come with the pilpulim to say, I'm the best. Because people will finish you. That's why some rabbis who are honest, they go discreetly in Africa, please teach me this, teach me that. Rabbanim, Kongo Katiopa, don't play with that. Don't play with that. Why? See the proof of what I'm saying. and it will be the conclusion. I didn't went through all the things I wanted, but I think you get the essential. See this, please. Shara Gilgulim. See here. ולכן, Aries, יש לי... Okay, let's start from the beginning. I wanted to go fast, but you will not get it. So say, I will explain to you now. עניין זה העקב השמאלי שבפרצוף קין. So I will talk about the left ankle, which is in the figure, the Kabbalistic figure, mystical figure called Cain. שהוא כל עבר כתף השמאלי של אדם הראשון כנודע. So you say you have to know that the dimension of Cain is standing on the left shoulder. You get it, Rabbanim?
Yes.
Meaning, Adam HaRishon, right one, Evel, left one, Cain. Please. You see the name of the shoulder in Hebrew? It reminds you something? Katpi. The same root. Katef, Katpi. Wait, see what will be said. He said, Da, you have to know. טיפת הזרע נמשכת מן העקב הזה עד היסוד של זה, לפעמים נעשית יעקב, ולפעמים נעשית עקיבא. He said, you know that in that place called the uncle, you have some, it's not complicated to explain, but it's not the moment. You have some seeds that comes out from them, from that place. He said, when it's going through the Yesod, the Brit Milah of Za, the Vav, sometimes it creates the name Yaakov, meaning the U that you see here is the seeds. Okay. Sometimes it creates the name Yaakov, and sometimes it creates the name Akiva. And what's happened with Akiva? Same thing. Akiva. ולפעמים עקביה בן מעללל. Look at your פרקי אבות. וכיוצא בזה. ואין להעריר בפרטים אלפי, but I cannot go more. I cannot tell you more about these secrets. But let's go. C'est da, ודה. You have to know. כי סוד עקב לעולם הוא סוד המלכות. You have to know that the secret of the ankle is connected to the malchut. So get it. Malchut, night. Night, ban. Ban, ankle. So when I talk about malchut and the night and the ankle, same thing. Sorry, I go fast. ולכן יש כוח בכל ניצוץ של זה העקב לעלות למעלה עד מחשבה בסוד נקבה לסובב גבר. So it said, all the people who have that dimension, they can go high and up and up and up till that place called the thoughts. הוא מצד זה זכה רבי עקיבא. I say, Rabbi Akiva, get that level. לעלות במחשבה, you want to that place and understand it. So what is that place? Pardes. It's a concrete place. My question, where's the Pardes? Okay. And even they say, understand it. When he said that, it means that the secret is huge. Veine, he said, and here is nafshi, nefesheli, my soul. אני הצעיר חיים, מי? חיים ויטל. היא מזה העקב הנזכר, is from the same uncle. של פרצוף כתף שמאלי של אדם הראשון. From the face left shoulder of אדם הראשון. Meaning, Rabbi Chaim Vital knows that his soul is written on the left shoulder. Just know because the left side is the firstborn. The right side is the secondborn. So the left side is higher than the left one, the right one. So I said, you see the left side? You have inside all the levels of the member and organs, all the 613 members and organs and nerves. He said, my soul is from the ankle of the left shoulder in Adam Harishon. You get it?
Yeah, following.
After he said, ולכן יש לי שערות ארוכות בכתפי השמאלי. See, that's why I have long hairs on my left shoulder. שנתן לי מוריזלה סימן, he said, הקדוש, give me that sign. So you see what you have here? It's because you're from that place. אמנם, ואומנם יש לי שערות ארוכות גם בכתפי הימין. I also have long hairs on the right side. אלא שבכתף השמאלי הם מרובים יותר. But on the left side I have more hairs than on the right side. והטעם העניין הוא כי כאשר נפגם צד הימין כמו השמאלי בחטוא, okay, I will jump. So I will give to you one secret that I received from my master. He said, you see what Rabbi Chaim Vital is saying here? He's giving to you a big secret. All the souls of the real Bnei Aliyah, all the souls of the real elites of Israel, the one who lead. I mean, what is it to lead? It's not only intellectual. You do. And you know how to make it intellectual also, but you do. They say you have to know that all that souls, they came always from the shoulders.
On the left.
Left shoulder. So see now what was said in the Masechet Tamid at the beginning. He said, shoulder, it's katef. The plural of shoulder, when I want to say shoulders, what do I say? C'est katfe. Let me find it for you. 1 second. Is katfe. You see? Do you see, Rabbanim? Rabbaniot?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The shoulders. Katpe. This, you have the right to do a Kal Vachomer when you find the same term in two different texts. This is one of the 13 ways to explain the Torah of Rabbi Ishmael. Same terms, Katfe, Katpi. Let's go back here. Katpi? Katpi. What is that? We are talking about the dimensions of the one who are Sweden. They have the 7 kings already fixed and they can handle understanding mystical spirituality, the high level of soul, and to apply it. This is the one who give the dimension of that. That said in Katpi, to say tu, they say tat. But in Afrique, to say tu, they say pat. I give you a secret. Everybody knows that. What is that? When you see that, we all know about who we talk about. What is that? What are the symbols of who's the symbol of these two letters?
Matat.
Toda raba, Matatron. That's it. Matat. We call it Matat because we know that the secret. I have long text about that, but it's not the place, not the moment. Why the double tet? Charlie, écoutez. Why the double tet is the identity of Matat. And we know that we have two Matat, by the way, but leave it. Understand that Kongo Katiopa, is the symbol of the liberation of the black man. Stop saying you're Bantus. We will say Bantus for the people who don't understand, but you have now the secret. The authentic and original name of the Bantus was Congo, not Congolese, Congo. What is the Congo? Kings. The kings of what? Katiopa, of whole Africa. The same Katiopa is what? Is another term to tell us never to forget about the fact that our land is blessed by the sun. What we call the Zitandianza. The place, the earth, the central earth of the central sun called Sirius. What is also Katiopa? Is to talk about the man, the black man, being in harmony with himself. No frustration. No bringing yourself down. No bring yourself too high. Harmony is like, you know, you don't need to do too much. You don't need to bring yourself down. And also being in harmony with the other human beings. We are the only ones saying that. All the other, their harmony is or without us or backed on our history. They make us slaves, they make us colonized, and they call that Bashir. We say our freedom will create harmony with all human beings. Third and last explanation of Katiopa. And also in harmony with all the cosmic forces, meaning stop playing games. Stop playing games. You play games, guys. You want to show that you know sword. You don't know sword. You want to show that you can study. You cannot study sword mystically. It's not in your blood. Give an example. Someone called me. Say, yeah, Rabbi, I'm studying Kibalion. Say, okay, if you want. He said, yeah, I studied that and I go to something else and they talk about the Kundalini. Okay, if you want, do Kundalini. Okay, no problem. So what is Kundalini? Yeah, Kundalini, it's one energy that brings up. Okay, do Kundalini if you want. So what can I tell you? You came with being sure of yourself. No, do what you want. He said, no, but I have a problem. So what's your problem? He said, look, they told me like this in this group to understand perfectly the Kibalion and to apply perfectly the Kundalini. She said, yes. They told me to masturbate. She said, yes. But not to go till the end, to wait. I said, so this is your mystical? You call yourself student of the Kibalion and practicing the Kundalini, I don't know what. And all the things is to masturbate and to not finish, to give that energy. I say, for what? He say, to feel good, for the elevation of the soul. I say, ay, ay, ay. And you rule the world with that.
Rabbi Pinchas,
Yes, Rabbi Zohar.
it is strange that you talking about this, and I was learning a Torah for Shabbat. First, I start with the Ben Ishai, and then I go up to, the book of Rabbi Nekhounia HaKane.
Mm.
And then as I was reading, it was talking about Echad, Gematria Ava, and then three time Ava is the Tal, and he explained the difference between us and the Goyim. Said the thing with us, we use the Tal, we use the Tal, which is the letters in order, and them they use it backward. They use the Lat, and when you look at the Lat, what is relating to divination and weirdness and all things, twisted. It's strange that you bring that.
You know, it's a situation that shares a lot. I noticed that all of us, even if we are in different continents, we are brought to study the same things. Something is happening. The awakeness of the African. You see what's happened with the French country? All the last countries where they had some military bases, they tell them, go away. Senegal, they tell them, go, take your army. Ivory Coast, they tell them, go, take your army. And the President Macron was so at such a level of bitterness, he was like beefing in front of people, say, yeah, you guys, when you have coup d'etat, you call us, but we came. What's happened to you? Why are you stressed? This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. So when we said to you, you are Congo, you know now where it comes from. Kongo Katiopa. This is the 7 kings bringing freedom to the black man. This is what was written in the Akara of Parashat Shoftim when he said, when Hashem will want to give to himself holiness, greatness, he will came to save the one who were oppressed by the Assyrian while being in Egypt. Who are them? The son of the 10. And know that we are the men of shoulder. Don't fall in that trap. No, I'm from the brain. No, leave it. Why the shoulder is the higher place? Because it's the place that can bring the ant higher and down. It's the roots of what we call the master member, because you cannot go higher than your hands. And your hands can go down and grab something from the soil. Everything is here. That level, Katpi, Katiopa, the people of shoulders. To finish, I will let you feel that thing that I've just explained to you. Not from me, but from one of my students in Congo, actually. She is a student in Congo. And she said, when I listen, when I see all your teachings about the Bantu Israelite, because she said, I noticed that for a few months now, everything you bring it to the Bantu Israelites. And the way you bring it, it's reminding me my childhood in that place which was the original Congo kingdom, Northern Angola, Southwest Congo. And my mom used to sing that song. And that song was basically allow us to never forget where we are from, who we are, and where we will go and what we will be. So I will let you with that song, and I will not talk. You will not talk. It's late. I say already bye-bye to all of you. Think about the limud we have done. Any question, put it in the group. Understand that the work is huge, but we get it. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen. Ve Amen.
Rabbeinu, we have part two of this. We have part two of this limud.
Zambia sambila bakakazetu tusonga nzile. Zambia sambila mfumu kimbangu tusonga nzile. Zambia vangia suluye totu tusonga nzile. Zambia tu tuvana zula. Zambia tu tuvana mukomakwe. Tuvutoka muzila Kongo. Kongo Katiopa, Tosaraki Sarukia Sisa, Fumu Kimbangui, Kongo Jeto, Kongo. Kongo Diabankaka Zeto, Kongo Jeto, Kongo. Kongo Diabakulu Zeto, Kongo Jeto, Beto Banaba Kongo. Tuzele Kweto Tovutuka, Mutsia Bankaka Zeto. Mutsia Havana, Zambia, Kongo Tulendo, Kongo Dieto, Zasisa Mfumu Kimbangwe, Beto Twalanda Nzila ya Mfumu Kimbangwe, Twakembelela, Kembo kwa Bakulu Zeto, Kembo kwa Mwanda Kongo, Kembo kwa Kakakipa Vita, Kembo kwa Mfumu Mansua, Kembo kwa Mfuzi Kimbangu, Kembo kwa Mfumu Twalani, Kembo kwa Mvita Nkanga, Kembo kwa Matai Mwanda, Kembo kwa Buka Makengo, Kembo kwa Bankulu Zeto, Kembo. Ah, Kongo dieto, Kongo mama, Kongo. Mayangi.